First up is Scott Galloway, entrepreneur, professor, and best-selling author. He talks about the pursuit of wealth versus riches. Have you ever felt the pressure that you need to own a home? Scott busts this myth, and I can't wait for you to hear his answer. What does being rich even look like? Scott talks about what does it mean to have a passive income that can exceed your expenses. Here's the truth. Everyone worries about financial stability, even high-paid professionals. No matter your age, if you're someone wanting a life of true wealth, listen to this.
There is a certain pride of ownership. I think it's situational. Where you are in life, how much money you have, the city you're in. But buying a home is meant to be an enhancement to your life. It's not a suicide pact, and it may not be right for everybody.
Yeah, I think what it gave people as a symbol was something to pursue, right? We started talking about you go to college, you get a degree, you get a job, get married, you get a house, you have kids. Like it became one of those tentpole things. Right. And so now when you take it out, it's almost like what should people be pursuing, right? If you got married, you got a good job, you're working, you're with your partner, it's almost like people think they have to pursue. It's almost like the assumption that you have to have kids. It's the same assumption of, oh, well, we have to buy a house.
Yeah.
So what should people pursue instead financially when it comes to financial security?
The goal is what I'll call wealth. The goal isn't to be rich. Rich is the things you see. Wealth is what you don't see. And your pursuit should be wealth or economic security. And this is what wealth is. Wealth is having passive income that's greater than your burn. Two examples. I have a buddy who runs M&A for a bulge bracket investment bank, makes between $3 and $10 million a year depending upon the market. Because it's all current income, he pays 50% taxes between his ex-wife, his home in the Hamptons, and his master of the universe lifestyle that he feels he deserves. He hasn't saved a lot of money, and he spends most of it. And I know that firsthand, he has a lot of sleepless nights wondering what happens. My father, who is 94, between his pension from the Royal Navy, Social Security, and he owns 6 washer-dryer machines in trailer parks where he goes and collects the money with his walker. He makes $52,000 a year. He spends $48,000. So he is saving money despite the fact that he's not working. So his passive income is greater than his burn. He is wealthy. So you want to put yourself on a track to being wealthy. You want to say, realistically, I can control how much I spend. I've been coaching this couple living in San Jose, and they're in their late 50s. I talk a lot about young people, and they say, Scott, we're in our late 50s. What do we do? How much money do you have? What's your house worth? Da-da-da. And by the time they're 65, they're not going to have enough passive income to pay for their lifestyle. I said, well, let's lean into our strengths here. Why are you in San Jose? And they said, well, we've always lived here. I'm like, well, okay, your kids are gone. And you just mentioned that you go to Costa Rica twice a year. Why wouldn't you try and cut your burn 40% and move to Costa Rica and take that economic pressure away and sell your house here? I think your kids would love to come visit you in Costa Rica. So the question is, put yourself on a path using basic math and what you really think you're going to need in terms of passive income, such that at some point, ideally it's by the time you're 40, it's usually not, but it needs to be by the time you're 65 or 70, because that release of economic anxiety frees you up to focus on what is really important, and that is deep and meaningful relationships.